ഹലോ ഹരേ കൃഷ്ണയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. 25ാമത്തെ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ധ്യാനയോഗ. ശനൈഃ ശനൈരൂപരമേദ്ബുദ്ധ്യാ ധൃതി ഗൃഹീതയാ ആത്മസംസ്ഥം മനഃ കൃത്വാ ന കിഞ്ചിദപി ചിന്തയേത്. Gradually, step by step, one should become situated in trance by means of intelligence, sustained by full conviction, and thus the mind should be fixed on the self alone. Self means Atma, and should think of nothing else. Elaborate meaning or purport. By proper conviction and intelligence, one should gradually cease sense activities. This is called pratyahara. The mind being controlled by conviction, meditation, and cessation from the senses should be situated in trance or samadhi. At that time, there is no longer any danger of becoming engaged in the material conception of life. In other words, although one is involved with matter as long as the material body exists, one should not think about sense gratification. One should think of no pleasure aside from the pleasure of the Supreme Self. This state is easily attained by directly practicing Krishna consciousness. Text 26. Yado yado nischaladi manaschanchalamastiram tadastado niyamyai tadatmanyeva Vasham Nayet. Meaning, from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Elaborate meaning. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady, but self-realized yogi has to control the mind. The mind should not control him. One who controls the mind and therefore the senses as well is called a Goswami or Swami. Now, and one who is controlled by the mind is called a Godasa or the servant of the senses. A Goswami knows the standard of sense happiness in transcendental sense happiness. The senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesha, or the supreme owner of the senses, that is Krishna. Serving Krishna with purified senses is called Krishna consciousness. That is the way of bringing the senses under full control. What is more, that is the highest perfection of yoga practice. Text number 27. Prashanda manasam henam yoginam sukham uttamam upaidi shanda rajasam brahma buddha makalmasham. Meaning of that, the yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. Elaborate meaning. Brahma Bhuta is the state of being free from material contamination and situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. Mad Bhaktim Labade Param. Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 54. One cannot remain in the quality of Brahman, that is the Absolute, until one's mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord. To be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, or to remain in Krishna consciousness, is to be factually liberated from the mode of passion and all material contamination. Text number 28. युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्शमत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते. Thus, the self-controlled yogi constantly engaged in yoga practice becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Purport of that self-realization means knowing one's constitutional position in relationship to the Supreme. The individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme, and his position is to render transcendental service to the Lord. This transcendental contact with the Supreme is called Brahma Samsparsha. Text 29. Sarvabhutasthamaatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani Ichade yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Elaborate meaning. A Krishna conscious yogi is a perfect seer because he sees Krishna, the Supreme, situated in everyone's heart as Super Soul or Paramatma. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hrideshe Arjuna tishtadi. The Lord in his Paramatma feature is situated within both the heart of the dog and that of a Brahmana. The perfect yogi knows that the Lord is eternally transcendental and is not materially affected by his presence in either a dog or a Brahmana. That is the supreme neutrality of the Lord. The individual soul is also situated in the individual heart, but he is not present in all hearts. So that is the difference between individual soul and the super soul. Super soul is present everywhere in so many other bodies, whereas an individual soul is present in a particular body, in one body only. Next point, that is the distinction between the individual soul and the super soul. One who is not actually in the practice of yoga cannot see so clearly. So this knowledge is symbolic of perfect yoga practice. A Krishna conscious person can see Krishna in the heart of both the believer and the non-believer. In the Smriti, this is confirmed as follows. The Lord being the source of all beings is like the mother and the maintainer. As the mother is neutral to all different kinds of children, the Supreme Father or Mother is also. Consequently, the Supersoul is always in every living being. Outwardly, also, every living being is situated in the energy of the Lord. As will be explained in the 7th chapter, the Lord has primarily two energies, the spiritual or superior and the material or inferior. The living entity, although part of the superior energy, is in the Lord's energy. Is conditioned, though the living entity is part of the superior energy, is conditioned by the inferior energy. The living entity is always in the Lord's energy. Every living entity is situated in Him in one way or another. The yogi sees equally because he sees that all living entities, although in different situations, according to the results of routine work, in all circumstances remain the servants of God. While in the material energy, the living entity serves the material senses. And while in the spiritual energy, he serves the Supreme Lord directly. In either case, the living entity is the servant of God. That is direct and indirect service of God. This vision of equality is perfect in a person in Krishna consciousness. Text number 30. Yo mam pashyadi sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyadi tasyaham na pranashyami sa cha mena pranashyadi. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Full meaning: a person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere and he sees everything in Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of the material nature, but in each and every instance, he is conscious of Krishna, knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna. And Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the development of love of Krishna, a position transcendental even to material liberation or moksha. At this stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self-realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee and the devotee becomes full in loving Krishna. An intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee then exists. In that stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor is the personality of Godhead ever out of the sight of the devotee. To merge in Krishna is spiritual annihilation. A devotee takes no such risk. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita 5:38. I wish the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyamasundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. At this stage, Lord never disappears from the sight of the devotee, nor does the devotee ever lose sight of the Lord. That means both the Lord and the devotee are always in constant contact. In the case of a yogi who sees the Lord as Paramatma within the heart, the same applies. Such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself. Thank you. Hare Krishna.